Hey everyone, and welcome. Ready to dive into building your own website? No coding skills required, promise. We're going to break it all down so by the end of this, you'll be ready to unleash your inner web designer.
Absolutely. Whether you're thinking about a new project, want to finally get that online portfolio up and running, or just curious about how it all works, we're your guides today.
Right on. And to help us navigate this whole website world, we're tapping into a recent episode of the Tech Talk Nexus's podcast. They've got this really cool, down-to-earth approach to building websites, even if you've never touched a line of code in your life.
Yeah, and they really focus on two of the biggest names in the game, Wix and Squarespace. But before we get into all the nitty-gritty features and stuff, let's zoom out for a sec. The Tech Talk Nexus's folks made a great point about why this even matters to you.
Because it's easy to think, websites, aren't those just for businesses and, influencers?
Right, but here's the thing. Having your own little spot online, it's becoming like having a business card these days no matter what you do.
That's true. Okay, so let's talk about those website building tools, Wix and Squarespace. Where do we even start?
Well, the Tech Talk Nexus episode had this cool analogy like choosing your sidekick. You know, if building a website is your big adventure, you want the right tool by your side, right?
Okay, love that. So Wix versus Squarespace, what's the deal? Give us the lowdown.
They described Wix as the ultimate Lego set for building a website. Total flexibility, tons of customization. Like you can drag, drop, tweak every little thing until it's totally uniquely Welo.
So Wix is for the tinkerers, the ones who love to get their hands dirty in the details.
Exactly. And then there's Squarespace. It's all about that polished, professional vibe right out of the gate. Think of it like walking into a beautifully decorated room ready for you to add your personal touch.
So less about building from scratch, more about curating the right look and feel.
Exactly. Tech Talk Nexuses highlighted how good Squarespace is for creative types, small businesses, especially anyone who wants that strong visual identity but doesn't want to be a design pro themselves.
Both sound amazing, honestly. I kind of get stuck already. Yep. How do you choose?
No worries. That's totally normal. And the Tech Talk Nexuses folks said the same thing. There's no magic answer. It comes down to what you're comfortable with and what you're trying to do. Do you love having tons of options, or do you prefer a little more guidance?
So less about which platform is better and more about which one clicks for you.
That's it. Now, once you've picked your website building sidekick, next up is templates.
Templates. So are those like pre-made layouts?
Yeah, think of them like the foundation of your website. They give you a starting point so you're not just staring at a blank screen, which, let's be honest, can be kind of intimidating.
Like walking into a furnished apartment versus an empty one. You have a place to start.
Exactly. And both Wix and Squarespace have tons of templates, all designed for different types of websites. Online stores, blogs, you name it.
So if I'm a photographer, say, I could find a template that's really clean and minimalist, lets my photos be the star.
You got it. Or if you're launching an online store, boom, there are templates made for showcasing products, making it super easy for people to buy stuff.
Okay, so templates are the foundation. Then what? Time to decorate, right?
Right. And this is where it gets really fun. Remember how we were saying Wix is like a Lego set? Well, both Wix and Squarespace let you actually build your website visually using these drag and drop tools.
Wait, visually? So no coding involved?
Nope. You can add text, images, videos, buttons, and you're not writing a single line of code. You literally just drag and drop stuff wherever you want it on the page.
I'm picturing it, and it's kind of blowing my mind. I could actually do this.
That's the beauty of these platforms. It's about making websites doable for everyone, no matter your tech skills. But Tech Talk Nexuses did mention a few key things to keep in mind while you're designing.
Okay, hit me with those pro tips. What should we be thinking about? Okay, so we're designing our website, dragging, dropping, living the dream. But what are those pro tips from Tech Talk Nexus, the ones that really make it shine?
First up, branding. Might seem obvious, but adding your logo, using your brand colors, it makes a huge difference. It's instantly your website.
Like you're putting your own stamp on it, right?
Exactly. Next thing they talked about was having a clear layout. Think of it this way. When someone lands on your website, you want them to instantly know where to go, what to do.
Like a roadmap, but for your website.
Love it. Make it easy to navigate, easy to find what they need. And that kind of leads into the third tip. A clear call to action.
Call to action.
Basically, tell people what you want them to do on your site. Contact you, download something, buy a product, make it super clear. Well-placed buttons, text that pops.
Like you're giving them a little nudge in the right direction.
100%. Now, here's the thing, and Tech Talk Nexuses really drove this point home. It's not enough to just have a beautiful website. You got to make sure people can actually find it.
Right, because what's the point if it's buried under a million other websites?
Exactly. And that's where SEO comes in. Search engine optimization.
Yeah. That can sound kind of intimidating.
Totally. But the way they explained it on Tech Talk Nexus has made it make so much more sense.
Okay, break it down for us. SEO for beginners.
So think about when you search for something online. How do you usually find it?
I type in keywords, into Google or whatever.
Bingo. So SEO is all about using those keywords strategically, so when someone searches for something related to what you offer, your website pops up.
So it's like SEO is the marketing for your website. I'm starting to get it.
That's a great way to put it. And the good news is Wix and Squarespace, they both have SEO tools built right in to make your life easier. And Tech Talk Nexus had some really solid tips on using them effectively.
All right, lay them on us. SEO must-dos.
They were really big on clear, descriptive titles and descriptions for your web pages. Think of them like headlines you want them to grab attention.
So instead of just calling a page about, I say something like, about my name, photographer, specializing in whatever.
Nailed it. Then there's alt text for images. You know when you're hovering over a picture online and that little box pops up with a description? That's alt text.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not just for accessibility, which is important, but search engines use it too.
So I should be like describing my images in words like bride and groom kissing on a mountaintop at sunset.
Exactly. Helps those search engines understand what's in the picture. And it can actually help your website rank higher in search results.
Whoa, I did not know alt text was that powerful. Anything else I need in my SEO arsenal?
One more big one. They talked about creating clear, keyword-rich content. Basically, writing in a way that makes sense to humans, but is also easy for search engines to understand. Use those keywords throughout your website copy.
Got it. Make it human-friendly, A&D, search engine-friendly. Okay, so we've got our SEO on point. What else do we need to think about to get our websites out there in the world?
Well, the Tech Talk Nexuses folks, they also talked about the importance of actually promoting your website once it's live.
Right, because just because you hit publish doesn't mean people will magically find it, sadly.
Exactly. They had some pretty simple ideas, like sharing it on social media, adding the link to your email signature. You can even explore online ads if it makes sense for you.
And then there's Google Analytics, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that super useful for seeing how people are actually using your website?
100%. It's like clicking behind the scenes. You can see where your visitors are coming from, what pages they're spending the most time on. It helps you figure out what's working, what might need a little tweak.
This is also helpful. I'm actually feeling ready to tackle this whole website thing.
I love to hear it. But before we wrap things up, I kind of want to circle back to something we touched on earlier about how the role of websites is changing.
Right, you were saying it's not just for businesses or selling stuff anymore.
Exactly. Tech Talk Nexuses really emphasize that these days, your website, it's like an extension of you, your brand, your story. It's all right there.
Like it's your digital storefront, but for you, not just products or whatever.
That's it. Think about it. Even if you're not selling anything, your website showcases your skills to the world. Maybe you're a writer, you want to share your work. Photographer, you want to show off your portfolio. It's like a digital gallery that never closes.
Yeah, and it's not even just for like creative stuff. I bet it's super useful for anyone who's, wants to level up their career or whatever.
Totally. Imagine you're like super passionate about something, some cause or hobby. You can build a whole website around it, connect with people, share what you know. It's pretty amazing when you think about it.
It's like that moment when you realize, whoa, my website isn't just a page. It's like this whole tool for connecting and creating and putting myself out there.
Yeah, and that was kind of the aha moment from that Tech Talk Nexuses episode, With these platforms, with Wix and Squarespace, you don't need to be some tech genius or spend a ton of money to have this awesome online presence.
It's really just about taking that first step, right?
Exactly.
And who knows, maybe your website, it becomes this stepping stone to something even bigger. Like, it could be how you launch a whole new career, connect with the perfect collaborator. You're putting your ideas out there.
Seriously, the possibilities are endless. That's what makes it so exciting, right? Websites used to be this like, that's nice, but now they're essential. It's how we navigate online. It's how we express ourselves.
So, to everyone listening, if you're feeling that little spark, like maybe I should build a website, go for it. Don't overthink it. Check out Wix. Check out Squarespace.
Yeah, and remember, it doesn't have to be this big, scary thing. Have fun with it. Get creative.
Exactly. All right, so as we wrap up this deep dive on building your own website, we hope you're walking away feeling ready to take action. No need to be a coding master. Just start small, experiment.
And who knows, maybe we'll be checking out your awesome website sometime soon.
You got it. All right, everyone. Until next time, keep those creative sparks flying, and we'll catch you on our next deep dive.